So this is it. This is the factory. This is the thing we've been working on for a year and a half, and we built this from scratch in 12 weeks. And it's GMP certified, which is a Health Canada rating that talks about hygiene and cleanliness standards, and documentation practices, and a whole bunch of really obscure rules that we had no idea what the hell we were getting ourselves into. But it's there, and what you see here on the floor is actually our very first inventory, and it started showing up today, and we're going to be shipping products out this week. And so we're going to give you a little tour, and we're going to show you how we make these. We're going to take these supplements on a per order basis and put them into these little pods. They're going to be sealed. We can do 4 supplements, 5 supplements, 2 supplements. We can do any number, and then that information with your horse's name and all that stuff and all the regulatory requirements gets printed on it at the time of sealing, and you're going to see that too. How we pull this off took a really long time to solve, so we're sending in this video, but please don't share it with anyone. This is like confidential, really secret shit. And it's also the very beginning of it. Everything you're about to see is going to get improved, it's going to get sped up, and it's going to become better and faster, and we're going to be able to supply more and more horses. So, the tour. Let's start with the human place. So this is like the kitchen. This is where people can eat, store your stuff. You know what a kitchen is. It's really not a big deal. This orange line on the floor, on this side of the line, anyone can go. But by crossing the orange line, you're stepping into the production area. And in order to do that, and this starts tomorrow, you have to either wear shoes that permanently stay at Equilance, Equikicks, or you have to put on embarrassing little blue booties to cross the line to keep this facility clean, because we're going to take you into the clean room where we do the packaging, and everyone who goes in there has to wear a hairnet and a beard net and a frock.
Well, not everyone has to wear a beard net.
You don't have to wear a beard net. I have to wear a beard net, and that's why we want to do the video today, because there isn't a chance in hell that a picture of me in a goddamn beard net is going out into the world. Okay, this little area inside the red box is the quarantine area, and we have to keep them there until we can QA them to get them up onto the shelves. These are only 2 shelves. We're going to have 4. The marked off areas are all labeled. They all have an address, and there's 1 supplement per address, and they each have 4 square feet of storage space. And we can put 160 items on these shelves. We have 119 products now, and our goal is to get to 150, and we will. There's a computer program written by Eric, a dear friend of mine, called Lisa, and it handles everything that happens in here. So as inventory comes in, it gets entered into the system, and it tells you where to store them. All right? So here, these are the packing tables, and we're going to come back to that after. In this room, this is it's a big place. Lots of beautiful windows. This is the storage and tool room, and this is the compressor that drives the machine, which you'll meet soon enough. I'm going to show you this really quick over here. This is extra space that isn't being used right now, but it will be as we grow. It's going to become Luke, another dear friend of mine. He's going to move out here and join us. And this is going to become a development room where we're going to build the machines that speed up. We're going to design, test, and build the machines that speed up this fulfillment process. And Luke gets a beautiful view of the mountain. If you know Montreal at all, this is like prime location, and it's about 6 blocks from our house. Anyway, but right now it's just kind of dead space. Okay. Everything you see, everything has been designed like to the inch. It's all been modeled in a CAD program. Things have been moved around. Is there enough room between the shelves? How much shelf space do we need? We're going to show you the boxes that we use for shipping are custom sized for our packaging. Packaging is custom designed. The lidding is custom designed for this packaging. The machine is custom designed. Anyway, here is the clean room on the other side of this door. They installed double doors for us. These doors seal. To go in, you have to put on a disposable frock. This is where the hairnets and the booties and all that shit lives. This is a sticky mat, so you stamp on it and it pulls the dust off the bottom of your shoes before you put your little booties on. And then you go through the authorized personnel only into the clean room. Okay, so this is where the actual packaging happens. This stuff here is just some packaging tests from before, but every single product has a spot on these shelves. Same as up there, they have 1 square foot, so we can keep 1 container of every single product that we have in inventory stays in here. The person who goes in here stays for a long time. They do the filling. They don't really leave, but they pass packages to people outside. This is where they do the filling. They also get a beautiful view of the mountain. Right now, it's a manual process, but we have a machine. We actually had a working prototype, but we kind of blew it up, so there's a new one coming, where it's a vibrating dispenser, where you take the supplement as is required, the supplement you need, there's a big scoop, and you mount it on this vibrating machine, and it plugs into this scale. And the vibrating machine has a little computer controller, and you set how many grams you want, and you hit go. And when this thing vibrates, like at a very high frequency, it turns the powders or pellets into a fluid. And so it just pours out into this little weighing boat. That's called a weighing boat, you know that one. And then it stops when it's at the weight limit. So this is the tray. This is a prototype. We're going to be getting more of these. There's a tablet here that shows Lisa, which is the algorithm, Eric's control software. And what it does, this is the most beautiful trick of this whole operation. We don't know ahead of time whether you're going to order 3 supplements or 4 supplements or 5. So rather than keep an inventory of all these different sized plastic strips, we only have 1 size container, and it's 9 pods long. So we take this tray, you load up 4 of them, right? Oh yeah, and our whole business, our entire business model is we send you a box of 28 strips to your specifications every 28 days. So you never have to measure anything anymore. You just take it out, peel the top off, grab one of the 28 that are in the box, all identical, peel it off, pour the thing in, this goes in the recycling, and that's the end. So, because we don't know how many you're going to order, if Eric's algorithm looks at all the orders that have to get done that day, and it matches up the ones that sum to 9. So if I order 3, and Amanda orders 3, and you order 3, and all our orders are getting done on the same day, Eric's algorithm, her name is Lisa, is going to merge them all into the same strip of 9. Or someone orders 5 and someone else orders 4, those get put together into a single order. Every strip is identical, so there's 4 strips on a tray, you do 7 trays, you got your 28 orders. Cool, huh? So for the manual process, which is where this is going to start, we've got this awesome little guy. This is food grade, what the hell is it called? The shit in frying pans. The non-stick Teflon. This is a food grade Teflon sheet. It's very easy to clean, and it has these little holes that line up with the rows. And so as the person is filling the first row, they get their instructions from the computer, they get the supplement that they need using the location given to them by Lisa. So they go and they get it. Actually, they get all 9 and put it on a cart or whatever. And then they open it up, and then they just weigh it into the thing to the number that Lisa tells them to do, and you take it and you go, and you do that again and again. It's a very slow process, but it's just level 1. Level 2 is the dispenser. Level 3 of the dispenser dispenses into 4 of these simultaneously. You just pour all 4. Later, we're going to have a system with a stack of hoppers, and this whole tray is just going to go through. We're going to be able to fill an entire tray in, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And then we can, then we can have more pods. Okay, so let's pretend they've worked their way through. This row is the same, this row is the same, and they've completely filled up the entire tray. The next step is to put on the heat seal paper. So this is going to be automated, and it's going to get better. It's just that we didn't have time to get it totally done before before now. But it's in the list of things that are about to be improved. So that's how we cut the exact amount each time. It goes on the tray. Now what's supposed to happen at this point is I designed these very cool clamps that hold the paper perfectly on both sides, but the design was a little flawed and I have to work on it. So for now, we're using tape, and you're not going to tell anyone about it. It's only temporary. There's nothing wrong with it, it's fine. You want to take it up? All right. we get it. It's like, okay. It's the perfect length. Okay, so I'm going to show you this guy while Amanda's doing that. This is the printer. So in that algorithm, which knows what is being put into what cup, it also sends a layout file to this machine. And this crazy looking Rube Goldberg device is a very, very cool printer that you're about to see happen. What it does is it lays down, it pulls from memory what's in every single pod, and then it puts all the regulatory text we have to have. There's something called a notification number, which is like a registration number for that product, because these are all controlled products. They're called low-risk veterinary health products. The expiry date, the instructions for storage, the contents in every pod, all that stuff. So instead of making it or having to put any of that information ourselves, at least it just makes it for us. Okay? Merge it after. Okay. Our videographer is really bad. You're great. Okay. Yeah. So here's the printer, and this is a demo print. This one is not actually dynamically generated, but it will be by tomorrow. So don't worry about that. And watch, come in close, because this is the coolest thing. This is the coolest thing. This thing's like magic. This printer is actually designed to sit beside an assembly line, and it stays in one spot. And as boxes go by, it prints whatever you want on the side of the box, the shipping address or whatever. So we took that printer and we married it into this CNC, and the CNC just follows the same path every time. And this is the printer, and it just sprays out ink as it goes by. And we had to 3D build, I had to design and get manufactured a whole bunch of 3D printed components for it. And yeah, so there you go. The tray is now filled with all the correct information, and it fits into this guy, which has been machined to fit our cups. The tray pops onto there. This is the sealing fixture. It gets hot and it presses down with pressure, and it has a matching pattern on the other side, so only the plastic parts get heat. Just do one of these. And that's it. It's sealed. Then, because we want to cut these guys apart, this is another glorious invention. This guy drops in there, and you just go, oh. And then you end up with 4 separate strips. And there's a couple more things. At this point, the guy working in this room, he grabs his radio and he tells the dude outside that the order's ready. And so the dude outside, or lady, equal opportunity employer, he just stacks them here on the edge of the table. And so the guy outside just kind of kicks the door open and pulls them out. He doesn't have to get all dressed up to come in here. And again, this will all be a lot quicker and easier when my clamp thing starts working. That's okay. So these are going to go on a tray. We don't have that yet. Just whatever. You can see it's a big project. This happy little fellow is a chopper. And if you look at the printing, there are these logos that separate one order from the next. This is Cochise, he got 3. This is Theo, he got 3. And that's Spitfire, he got 3. So the person working out here, all they have to do is check where to cut based on the logos, between a big one and a small one. And that's all they got to do. And so they know Spitfire is 3 pods, which is like that. And you put 1, 2, 3. And then Spitfire is 3 pods. 1, 2, that's it. I know at some point someone's going to screw this up, but you know, whatever. This is fine for now. Yeah. And then we go like that. 1, 2, and 3. And you go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. What? We've only had a really small amount of time to actually practice with any of this stuff. So you go like that, you go like that. Yeah, okay. There you go. And you go like this. There we go. 2, 3. Yes, yes. And then you bring down this guy, and it just perfectly lines everything up. Except I kind of screwed this one up, but it's okay. And then you do that. And then you have all the Spitfires cut apart. And then they just do that for the next one. I mangled this one. It's okay. And then they just do that for the next 3, and then this is done. And then they wait for the next tray's worth of orders to come out of the room. Well, there we go. And then this one is steel. It'll be nicer when I screw. And then we go to the boxes. This is the last step. The boxes are custom sides for us. These things just happen. Not happen. I designed them so they would. To stack perfectly inside the box like this. So this box is 7 of these wide and 4 tall. So that's our 28. One box is sized to hold 5, stripped up to 5 long. And the next box, the larger box, which is under there, can hold 8. So if you have a strip of 3, and they fill exactly up to here. So you pack in the 28. If it's a strip of 3, you take a piece of this stuff, put it in the gap in behind, and then you take a bunch of craft paper, and you squish all that in, and then you seal the box up. We have Equilance branded tape, stickers. This is the, we have a deal for shipping with a company called Loomis, and they gave us the printer and all. We're plugged into their API, and so right now, manually, you have to order it, but it prints it out, you stick it on the box, and you stack it here where Amanda's standing. Later, that Lisa algorithm is going to plug directly into their API and do all that ordering automatically. And it's just going to, once it's done, you're going to click a button in the Lisa interface, and off she goes. And that's it. That's Equilance. Oh, and we have the office. So supplements come in, as you see, they get loaded up on these shelves. One container goes into that room. That container stays in that room until it's empty. They get filled, and then lidding gets put on, it's printed, sealed, cut, brought out here, chomped, packed into the boxes, and that's it. And then out they go. So it should, in theory, just be this nice fluid thing that will get faster and faster and faster as we put in better speed ups. So that's that. We already have a handful of paying customers, and about 50 or so people have made accounts and set up their horse already. We just got once they start ordering, we're going to be able to send them supplements every month, and it's just going to grow, because once someone signs up, they're going to hang out for months and months and months. It's an ongoing thing. It's not like a one-shot order. It continues, for the life of the animal, really. And once people start using this, they're not going to want to go back to how they do it now, and that's pretty awesome and pretty exciting. So yeah, all of this, built it in 12 weeks. We didn't even have a place. 12 weeks. It was the busiest 12 weeks of our lives. The most expensive. And yeah, so it officially starts in a couple of days. So there it is.
This is what we've been working away on.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Thanks. Now get out.